When you think back in that gold medal moment, what stands out most to you?
I saw a lady that looked like my mom. I said, oh man, that looked like my mom. Mm-hmm. And so we just kept working and got closer. It was my mom.
Welcome to the Touchstone Podcast, where we explore stories of calling, courage, and faithfulness to God. Today, I am honored to sit down with Olympic gold medalist Leo Randolph, a man whose journey from Tacoma, Washington to the top of the boxing world is inspiring, faith-filled, and if you know Leo, sprinkled with a good dose of humor. Leo, just before we jump into this, let me just kind of outline your amateur and professional career, if I could. I think it speaks for itself. 1975, National Golden Gloves Flyweight Champion. 1976, National AAU Flyweight Champion. 1976, U.S. Olympic Trials Champion. 1976, Olympic gold medalist in the flyweight division at the Montreal Games. WBA World Super Bantamweight Champion as a professional. Leo, thank you for being here, and what a privilege it is to speak to you today.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
I'm so glad you could. Thank you for making time. Well, let's start up at home. Tacoma has shaped so much of who you are today, your discipline, your character, your faith. What has life been like growing up here in Tacoma, and how did boxing first enter the picture for you?
Well, I started when I was 9 years old and going to the Boys and Girls Club back in the days, back in the early 60s, and just having fun with it, going to the ring, playing around with the ring, and then little by little became more and more interested. So I started as just entertainment, sports entertainment.
Recreation, fun.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Busy during the summer?
Yeah,
that,
pretty
right?
much. Something to do during the summer, play around with it, the sports and all.
Awesome. So was there a moment when you thought, okay, this isn't just something I'm good at, maybe this could be my calling?
Kind of, sort of. In 1968, Olympian that was in the 68 Olympics, he came and talked to our club about setting goals. His point was to set a goal, and so I watched him to set a goal. He set a goal that he was a hurler. He jumped over the different heights, and he did it by setting goals. So that he helped me to set a goal. I set a goal that I want to win the gold medal way back in the early part of my life. And so what it was, he said, write it down and post it on the wall. So every morning I get up, I could look at a post and say, hey, I want to win a gold medal. I want to win a gold medal.
So were there some lessons from childhood other than the was a hurdler?
Hurdler, yes.
Okay, that stuck with you, especially when you stepped into that whole competitive world?
Just develop more determination because of the higher you get up, the more harder they hit and the longer they hit. So
that's for sure.
It feel like that. So you develop a stronger competitive attitude. So my desire to become champion got stronger as I got older.
That's good. So as the ranking went up, so did your determination, sounds like.
Yes.
So this is your gold medal.
Yes.
This is beautiful. I've never had one of these, but held one before. Like, this is solid, beautiful. Olympiad Montreal 1976, beautiful. That's beautiful, Leo.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So you rose fast from local gyms, right, to national competitions on the world stage. What were some of your memories, the defining moments as you were climbing up through the ranks?
That these guys hit hard, and this is not a game. It's something you got to be serious.
It got real.
And like I tell a lot of people, is preparation. Yeah, you don't want to get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and go running. Your body says, I don't want to do it. But that's preparation is a major part of being a success. So I had to get myself to get up and just work out and do what you're supposed to do if you're going to win.
So who was your coach at the time?
His name is Joe Cloud. Joe Cloud. Ironically, he'd been with me all the way through. I look at him as a father figure to me because I didn't have a father at the time. And he's like my mentor. He brought me from 9 years old all the way up till I retired in boxing. Wow. So I've been with him throughout all my boxing career.
He was like a professional dad, really.
He was.
Taking you through the steps.
He disciplined me sometimes and did the whole works, yes.
Wow, that's awesome. Someone who cares enough, right?
Yes.
To go the extra mile there.
He saw some potential, and so he kind of worked with that. He worked with that and helped me to achieve that.
That's awesome. Now, I've never boxed. I'm a horrible boxer, okay? But I did a little wrestling, and so I understand sometimes when you're like in the ring and things get real, your body, your mind, your spirit, it just it tests everything, right? So what were some of the challenges that you faced that you actually had to push through to get to the next level?
Like you say, you test, you got hit like 4 or 5 times, and you're all dizzy, and you're like, how am I gonna get through this? But then you pull deep. You go deep into your soul and pull everything out and just work hard as you can at it. And this is all, again, preparation. You know, during the training at the gym, those times when you was training, you train hard, and you just prepare yourself. More preparation and deep determination.
Nice, very nice. Well, it showed up in your success.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Now, Leo, you got to give us at least one funny story from the boxing days, something a little humorous maybe a moment in training or sparring or something even at the Olympics, something, maybe it didn't go quite as planned, but now you look back and you kind of chuckle about it, right?
Okay, early in the morning, we was at the Olympic training camp, and then we supposed to be asleep, everybody's sleeping, 3 o'clock in the morning, we heard some rumbling, what's going on, what is it? And so I shared room with Leon Spinks.
Oh, okay.
And he was hilarious. And we said, Leon, where you going? Oh, I'm just going out for a minute. I'll be back. And so like 4 o'clock in the morning, he's out. What are you going so early in the morning? But then what's so ironic, that next day during training, he was a whole different person. He trained hard, deep hard, ran hard, so you wouldn't even know that he went out that night. So we were just kind of laughing at him, his attitude and his drive to be a good champion.
That's awesome, yeah. It shows up, right?
It does.
In performance.
It does.
Wow.
Yes, it does.
So let's talk a little bit about Montreal. 1976, right? It was our 200-year anniversary here in the U.S. You stepped into the ring representing your country, your city, your family, your friends, your faith, right? You were there on that stage. When you think back in that gold medal moment, what stands out most to you?
The whole leading up to it. When going to the Montreal, I was there away from home like for months, and at least 3 or 4 months I was away from home. And with all village of people all around from all over the world, different people, you see somebody that looked like your family member. I saw a lady that looked like my mom. I said, oh man, that looked like my mom. And so we just kept working and got closer. It was my mom.
It was. She showed up.
They brought her here. It was a big surprise. I had no idea she was coming. And so she came. And what was so great is while I was boxing, there were thousands of people in the arena. I heard her say my name. It stood out. So they gave me that extra motivation.
Wow.
So that's the Olympic experience there.
Wow, mom motivation. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, and then what did the victory mean to you, yourself personally, beyond the medal, of course? What did the victory mean for you?
That winning the gold medal opened doors. Doors that's not even supposed to open up. I mean, I was getting offered positions that I didn't even apply for, didn't even qualify for. I became program director of an organization, went up and became all kinds of executive because I had the gold medal. Wow. So that opened up all kinds of doors. But then once the door opened, you got to prove yourself that you could do it. Then they said, wait a minute, this guy got a gold medal, but he's not really applying for computer system. Like that. So I had to work on those things. But the gold medal opened up a lot of doors. That I've seen people and talked to people I would have never known if I wouldn't have won the gold medal.
That's beautiful. And they know that if you've worked hard to get that, you'll likely work hard at something else. So
I'm thinking that's what motivates them to say. If he showed workmanism that he could do it, so we could train him. They felt they could train me to do their job right.
That's awesome. That's good. Now, let me shift gears for just a moment because I know you've had an incredible career. In fact, you've done more probably before you're 25 than most people do their whole life. Okay, amazing. You've with all the blessings in your life, I know that your wife Lynn is the biggest. How did you two meet?
We met. I would say not online per se, but we met at a church. We both was going to the same church. I would come visit the church that she was attending. And so I would visit that church and we kept I kept going to church, and then so I went online. They call a program BET.
Okay.
And so I went on that line, and I saw her. I said, "Wow, she looked familiar." And then I texted her. She texted me back, and then we went on and said, "Hey, I know you. I know you too."
Wow. So you met her at church originally.
Yes.
Great place to meet a woman.
Okay,
right?
yeah. I would not officially meet, but I saw her.
You
at
saw
church.
her. That was
I saw
your
her
first.
at church. That's when I saw her. Yeah. And then I saw her online. Like, oh, she might be single.
So was it love at first sight, or did she make you work for it a little bit?
I made her work for
Oh,
it.
you
It was kind of both, though, but mostly I didn't want to just bring anybody into my life because the life that I was living at that time, I want somebody to be with me that I wouldn't mind taking to the arena or taking to the gym or taking to the different boxing shows or do things with. Because I was still traveling with sports-wise, and I want somebody to be with me that I could share time with.
We're like-minded. Right?
Like-minded, that's absolutely.
Wow. So how would you say that your marriage has strengthened your walk with Jesus?
Super. Because now I don't have to look for anybody. I mean, that way, just go. Yeah, help me because she's a great Christian.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And so that helps her. Every morning we pray. Every morning and at night we pray. So that helps your spiritual attitude. Yeah. Finding somebody that on the same path with you is amazing. It's amazing. So I'm very fortunate in that way.
Now I think I saw a picture of her with Ray Leonard's head kind of come up behind her and stuff, right?
Yes.
Look, you went to New York for a reunion?
A reunion, our 50th year anniversary for Olympians. And we got together and it was amazing. We had just an excellent time. Yeah.
And who was there?
Leonard, let's see who was there, Michael Spinks.
Okay.
And a couple other boxers. Oh, Chuck Walker.
Okay.
Chuck Walker.
Wow. So a great time together.
It was great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, your faith in Jesus, Leo, has been a steady anchor, I know, in your life. How would you say that your relationship with Christ shaped your journey through the whole boxing experience?
In life in general, it helped me. Like I've been driving buses. That's what I did. My life was driving buses. Did it for 38 years. They asked me how would I do it. I think my Christian attitude. It's like I cared about the situation, but I didn't care. I didn't take it where I'm going to take it to say, he don't have enough money. Well, maybe I'll pay next time, that kind of thing. So my journey with Jesus was amazing. My spiritual attitude helped me in life. Even to this point, being here now, I pray and even making it. So I talked to Brian Holquist, and he said, "Okay, you're gonna be here at 10 o'clock." I said, "Yep, I'm gonna be right before 10."
Yeah.
So
you and Brian go back a ways, do you?
We do, because Brian helped bring me into these, like they have a major boxing, he's a promoter. So when he had those shows, he'd bring me to the show and give, hey, not on the ring side, he put me on the apron.
Wow.
I was sent to the apron through Brian. So Brian Holquist put me at the apron and then introduced me to get into the ring. So he kept my my boxing career going in this area.
Nice.
He did. He kept it going, so I appreciate Brian
awesome.
so
Brian
much.
is an awesome guy.
He's an awesome guy.
He's a good friend, very good friend. Well, looking back over your entire journey from Tacoma to the Olympic podium, and now life after boxing, of course, how do you see God's leading through all of it?
Amazing. Health is more important than anything. All the material things that we have and get, they will all vanish, but with your health. And so he's been blessing me with my health. He helped me do my exercise. And just major things, little things I take for granted. I try not to take for granted the sight, be able to talk to you, be able to walk around with the good health.
Yeah.
So I give God the praise. I praise him today.
And how old are you now?
I'm 150 years
152
old.
years old.
Yeah. I'm 68.
Well, 68. So 50 years ago, you got the gold medal, and so you're a picture of health. So how do you stay in shape?
That's it. Working out.
Okay.
Just work out and try to watch what I eat. I don't party too long.
No, not too long.
No, my wife and I go out sometimes, but we don't. It just, I think, give God the credit. Give him all the credit.
That's so powerful. Well, if you could speak directly to young athletes listening today, especially those who are trying to follow Jesus, right, and honor him in those competitive environments, what encouragement would you give to them?
I say keep praying, keep God as number one, no matter what, and keep that attitude, the Christian-like attitude on different things that you go. And he will help you along the way, because there are some moments where you're going to reach that point to where the devil's out there also, so you got to battle him also. So main thing is just keep going to church, keep being around Christian people.
Oh, that's
your
huge,
environment
huge.
says a lot about where you're going to go and what you're going to do. We have a lot of great athletes in this area, but they was in the wrong environment. And so it kind of brought them down. They didn't do what well as they should have.
Yeah.
Watch the environment and keep Christ and go to church every day.
Every single week, right?
In your
every
heart.
single week.
But then once, go to church as
yeah,
much
there
you
you
can.
go.
Church in
but
your
it
heart.
is a daily thing. You're exactly
It is.
right, Leo. 100%. Well, Leo, thank you so much for sharing your story, the victories, your love, your humor. Just love it all, the faith behind all of it. And your journey reminds us that God really shapes our lives long before the world ever sees us. And he walks us through every season. So thank you again for being here. And I'm so grateful that you're still in the business of pointing people back to Jesus.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, before we go, let me just, what's the best way for people to connect with you if they wanted to support what you're doing in the community?
Okay, I'd love to help out anybody. I would come and do some public speaking if they want me to come to their church or their vineyard or wherever. You get me online. I'm online. Look, I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
They can look me up on Facebook.
Nice.
So I would love to come and talk to anybody that need, encourage their kid. I do a lot of public speaking, so
Nice.
I would like to do
All right,
that.
thank you, Leo.
Oh,
thank you
you're
so
very
much.
welcome.
Well, and to our listeners, thank you guys again for joining us today in the Touchstone Podcast. Listen, stay grounded, stay faithful, and keep following Jesus. Thank you for joining us today on the Touchstone Podcast. Now, if today's conversation encouraged you, inspired you, or maybe gave you a fresh reminder of God's faithfulness, we would love to have you like, subscribe, and share this episode. See, it helps more people hear stories of hope, calling, and of God's guiding hand in all of it. We'll see you next time.